Hi guys, this is Jordan. Welcome back to second advanced Java programming tutorial for CSC-251 advanced Java programming. For our second tutorial, we're going to be getting an overview of GUI development with Swing and AWT. This is going to be very basic. The purpose is less teaching how to actually do specific things and more to show how easy and flexible the built-in GUI libraries are. Today's topics will be Swing and AWT. We're going to go over some pros and cons of both, and then I'm going to show a very simple example program. Swing is a set of platform-independent tools for making GUIs that have the native look and feel of multiple platforms. Swing is pure Java code. It has a range of high-level components such as trees and list boxes, and since it's pure Java, it does not depend on native code. Because of this, it's called lightweight. Some pros and cons. Since it's written in pure Java, Swing code will work on any system that has Java installed. Nothing else is required. For the same reason, many Swing components have features that their native counterparts don't naturally have. Swing development is also quite active. Sun continues to improve and extend it. As far as cons go, we once again hit upon a result of being pure Java. Swing is slower and buggier than AWT. Another con is that even if you set your theme to the native OS, the components might not look like them. AWT stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. It acts as a bridge of sorts between your code and the native system and has a high level of abstraction, thus the abstract in the name. AWT depends on its native counterparts and so is considered heavyweight. Some pros and cons of AWT. Since it uses native components, it's faster and often less resource intensive than Swing. This also means that AWT components more often follow the native system's look and feel. On the other hand, AWT does have portability issues. Since it relies on the native system, some components and functions may not work correctly or at all on some platforms. Similarly, AWT component features are limited to what their native counterparts can do. Now we're going to take a quick look at a small sample program using Swing. Here we have a class called GUI test. It's extending JFrame, which is one of the most basic Swing components. Note that I've imported the Swing kit over here. For this program, I've done something very simple and just created a label that says GUI test and added it to the frame. Run it and we get this. Easy, huh? It's not very elaborate, but this is just to give you a taste and ideas from where to go from here. For fun, I decided to make a slightly more complicated program. This one has a button, text field, and label. I've also added a layout to make things fit nicely. Lower, I added a very simple button handler. This changes the label to whatever we type in the text field. I'm going to run it so you can see it in action. Here we go. Currently the label says I'm editable. Let's change it to I'm a label. Now I click the button and the label changed to I'm a label. This concludes our second video tutorial. Today we've gone over some of the basics of GUI development using Java's built-in APIs. You've seen the basics of Swing and AWT and seen some small sample programs in action. My next video will discuss exception handling using the try, catch, and finally statements. Until next time, thanks for watching.